How's it going, boys? It's me, YouTube bloke Carius Awesome, and welcome back to When You Drink. I'd say welcome back. This is the first episode. You've never seen this podcast anymore. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. So anyway, so today I'm joined by my two charming, beautiful co-hosts, Channing Tatum and Nika Church. Say hello. Hello. So they've joined me today. Nikachu, what are you drinking today?
I'm drinking a nice mix of water with lemon. It fucks you up, man. That's what I'm telling you.
Tell you what. Channing, what's your tip?
Oh man, I'm drinking a lot of stuff today. I'm drinking vodka with a few other things.
I myself have a little steel hip flask full of Jack Daniel's whiskey, which I've been sipping for the last 2 hours straight, because I'm the saddest single man ever to breathe oxygen on the face of God's green earth. But that's not all, because we have a special funny meme guest with us today. YungCripp himself is joining us in the Drunk Losers studio. Hello, YungCripp.
YouTube famous star YungCripp.
The YouTube famous YungCripp.
That's me.
It's a pleasure to have you here, Mr. Cripp. So it truly is. What do you do? What are you
drinking, Mr. Cripp?
Are you drinking? You don't have to be. We take all.
Actually, it's funny you say. I'm currently drinking Mountain Dew Baja Blast.
Oh, that's the door. That'll mess you up.
That's some good shit.
Yeah. So if you're looking to get real fucked up, that's what you're drinking.
That's the stuff. I'll tell you what. So what do you do, YungCripp? What's your channel? What do you produce on the internet?
I cry and I masturbate. That's
that's absolutely. You know what? There's no judgment here. You follow your dreams. So today we're just gonna talk and be drunk and gay, because I am both of those things. By the way, I'm using this podcast as an excuse to come out. By the way, also I'm yeah.
Congratulations,
anyway,
man.
I'm so proud of you. What the hell?
I know. I literally came out ages ago.
Proud.
This is no big deal. This actually isn't. I don't know why I'm doing this. I came out ages ago. Anyway, so Cripp, I tweeted out asking people if they had questions for you, and being a professional, I've lost all the questions because it's logged me into the other account.
Oh,
yeah, great job, Paris.
No, I got you. Thank you. It literally means nothing because I came out months ago, but that's fine. So I have a few questions for you, Cripp, my man, my boy, my sweet summer child. And it goes like this: how many centipedes does it take for a centipede? Fuck. Wait, How many? I butchered that question.
The first question is Colio is here. How many centipedes does it take to centipede?
Shut up! Shut up! I can do this. You sound like my brother. I'm not drunk yet. Leave me alone. How many legs does it take a centipede to walk? Is the question that comes to us from @ColioIsHerio on Twitter. Cripp, what do you think?
Okay, I'm going based off of the science from the Human Centipede movie. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. A bare minimum of 6.
Is that your final answer? Would you like to call a friend?
No, as long as it's going ass to mouth, you need 6 legs. That's
okay,
fine.
I see.
I'm gonna fact check this on Google real quick, see if you're right.
Yeah. Can we cross check this with Politico, please, just to see if this is correct?
All right, wait. I have a follow-up question for you.
For us three. I think you'll find we'll be asking the questions around here. Where were you on the 9th of October 15th? No, it's fine.
It's okay. It's okay.
This is democracy. Fine, this is democracy. First Amendment. What does you want to ask?
Okay. Human Centipede.
Yeah.
You, Nikachu, and Tatum. Who is who?
Who is where?
Yeah, who is
so we have to arrange that? Okay.
Alright.
I'd just be in the back, like, in the corner crying, to be honest. I wouldn't be in I'd just be sad at what my life's become.
I don't know if I want to be the middle.
No, I can't imagine you want to. I think the ideal position is probably at the front, so then at least you have, like, your entire face still, like, free.
Yeah.
So I'd probably go for that.
Oh no, no.
Yeah.
You cannot do this.
You snooze, you lose, dude.
No, scissors, paper, rock, right now.
Oh, you know what? Here's the deal. I'm the evil doctor. You have to convince me why you should be in the front. If your answer is good enough, I'll decide who's in front.
You see,
I have a very
I know
Channing.
Wait. Let's take this in turns, guys. Be professional. Come on. This is the when you drink casting, alright? Not some silly pubcast or anything, alright?
We're not pubcast or something like that. No.
Yeah, because they're silly schmucks and they don't take anything serious. They don't even know how to run a podcast.
Yeah, we know how to run a podcast. I'm not drunk.
Alright, so one at a time. Tatum, you go first. Why should you?
Okay, so let me convince you.
Okay.
Why I should be in the front. You see, let me start off by saying I'm a female, but I'm also Channing Tatum. Like, I'm the real Channing Tatum. So
real Channing Tatum.
I'm like a movie star, you know? And so like I'm pretty like important, I guess, in the real world because yeah, and also
Okay.
I don't know about you guys, I'm convinced.
I don't want to eat ass.
Okay. Okay, that's where you're ending. All right. Now your turn.
Whose turn?
You.
Who's you? It's me. You. Me. Okay.
Yeah, you is you.
Well, look. Putting me anywhere other than the front deprives the world of my beautiful, beautiful face, which in and of itself is a crime against humanity. Also, much like Tatum, I also do not want to eat ass.
All right. Is that your final statement?
That's my final answer. That's
Okay.
my final answer, Trey. I'll cash that one out.
All right. You your turn.
So in the beginning, there was the ancient myth of the human centipede, right? Of the centipede god, if you wish. And I was actually there. I was the one who was photographing the whole thing. This was like 200 BC, right? There was simpler times, man. There weren't any Donald Trump. Anyway, we're already getting to politics in this first episode, guys. Woo! So pretty much
Donald Trump is bad.
Okay, so yeah, and the founding fathers of the centipede told me, they always told me, hey, you'd look like a good front man. You know, none of that middle or back shit. And I was like, yo, I feel you, dog. And I also don't want to eat ass, that's why.
I like how we just all like, yeah, we don't want to eat ass.
Alright, if I'm being honest, Pikachu fucking robbed you guys.
Oh shit!
Gotta be kidding me. This is exactly the reason I have a drink.
It's because I slipped Crip 50 on the table. I was like, yo.
Yeah, yo, Crip. But don't worry, man. I can get you a signed autograph and stuff. I can get you places.
I can get you a signed autograph from Harry Awesome.
See, now it's a debate between you two. Who doesn't want to be the middle? Because objectively, the middle is the worst. Being in the middle is the worst.
Why is it the worst?
Because not only are you eating shit, you're also having somebody eat your ass, like in a not good way.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think Harry should be the middle because I don't want to get my ass eaten, to be honest.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. No, I'll tell you what. I'll allow that one. I'll fall on that sword.
Yeah, so you're the middle, huh?
Yeah. Imagine YungCripp becoming the host of our podcast.
Oh my god.
He's just like he transfers over from a guest to a host, and now all of a sudden we're the guests.
We're all drunk, so
yeah,
we just
we're all the guests.
You can live it now.
He just tricked us because we're really drunk and stupid.
Yeah.
Jeez.
All right. So now you can continue with the question.
All right, let's try and get this shit show back on track.
Where the fuck did we go for the last 5 minutes? Oh my god.
I don't know what we're doing. What even is this?
Should we go into
the
next question?
Moving swiftly along. This next question also comes to us from Coolio is Coolio, because apparently he's the saddest man on planet Earth. What is the What is the... I can't read, I'm getting my glasses.
Do you want me to read it?
No, I can read.
Okay.
What is the set bare minimum requirements to play Lego Island on my Windows 98 desktop PC? Bonus points if you have the activation code. YungCripp, your thoughts on this divisive issue in American politics?
Well, you see, that's a great question. But let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Why would you bother playing Lego when you could be playing Roblox?
You've got me, man. I gotta give him that. This is a good point. Can't really argue that one. That's true.
That's what I have to say about that.
No, that's it.
Because really, if you think about it, we've expanded, right? We beyond. We went beyond.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And now we're here.
And that you might say we started from the bottom, and now we are at this point. We started from the metaphorical bottom, and now we're here. Almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry, I don't want to get us content ID. So. You got a point. This channel's already demonetized anyway. Who cares?
Yeah, to be honest.
My life is a lie anyway. What does it matter? But no, that was an excellent answer. You've just gone up like 50 million points in the polls or some shit. Right. Next one is from my big mate, Matter Estate, on Twitter.com.
Oh man, the legend.
The legend himself, at the estate agent.
Look like himself.
Now let's tone down the drunkenness a bit, because this is a slightly more serious question. And it's I'm gonna try and be serious, because how do you stay so adjusted and strong knowing your lifespan is cut short?
Wow,
that is a serious question.
That got real. Oh shit.
That got real very quickly.
We're both like shocked about how quick you
Okay, now let's get serious. But Jesus Christ, yeah. We can skip that one if you like, because that was a bit
no, because now like it kind of fits perfectly, because like when you're drunk, like you have that dude fucking goop, and then like there's always that one dude that's like way too
like,
emotional.
hey man,
Sure.
what if our lives
exactly
end tonight, like after tonight? Like there's always that one guy.
Yeah, he's just been smoking a little too much weed, and he's just like, what if the entire world just like ended, you know?
Yeah, like just right now, man. Like
what would you even do, man? What even would life?
What if Thanos just came with the Infinity Stone and just fucked everything up?
This is dark. I don't feel so good.
As much as I could with my life before the end of the world or whatever.
Actually, that's interesting. All right, let's say we all have 48 hours to live. What do we do?
I try and get as much like off my bucket list done. Then it'd be kind of difficult though with the traveling thing, because
the travel time would take up most of
I know what I'd do.
What would you do?
Yeah, what would you
do?
I
would fuck as many people, not even girls, just like people in general. Try to get as many STDs as I possibly can.
I'm down
if I can out kill myself with the STDs before I die. You know what I mean? see if I beat the clock kind of thing.
You're trying to speed run death by way of STDs.
Yeah, you can put it like that.
Any percent world record speed run. Shout out to Simple Flips. Good lord.
Who got the most STDs in the world, and then it just shows up on a picture of Nick, It's just like, this guy, within the last few hours, got
Guinness World Records. Oh my god, someone at Guinness World Records, Jesus. YungCripp, what would you do if you had 48 hours? What would you do with your last 48 hours?
I'd also live my life to the fullest within that 48 hours, or try at least. Yeah.
I would watch seasons 1 and 2 of
What is this gay?
Katie, not now. We're in the middle of a podcast.
We're doing a podcast.
Yeah, what is this fucking gay shit?
Come on, Katie. Come on, be professional.
Are you live or is this being recorded?
Get out, Ree.
Alright, you know what? I'll put you guys in the live chat.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Fucking
we are
cunt.
migrating. We have migrated. Wait, no, bring Cripp. There we go. Thank you.
Look at us being.
Alright,
I was scared. I was like, where's Cripp?
you know what's fucked up? It's like I thought about like doing that before even like while we were setting up. I was like, we should probably move somewhere, but I didn't.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say because I was waiting for someone to join.
Okay. Listen.
All right. In seriousness, Crip, if you had 48 hours left on this earth, what would you do?
Honestly, if I'm being 100% real, I'm doing the first 24 hours. I am doing every possible fucking drug on the face of the planet, and I am having as much sex as I humanly can.
That's like you just upped my one by like 100%.
To be fair, you did just like blow Nikachu's one out of the water, so nice one, my man.
Then
I might steal that.
And then the last 24. Like after I'm done, like
and the last 47 hours,
I'll spend it with like loved ones and friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've gotten heaps of STDs and taken heaps of drugs. I'd like to spend it with
exactly.
Yeah, you do all like the decadent stuff in the first 24, and then do all the stuff in like the last 20. I guess.
Exactly.
No, I can respect that. I
respect it.
If I had 48 hours, I would just watch the YouTube video of Knuckles saying, "Oh no, slow down," so it's 48 hours long.
Oh,
I respect that answer.
Thank you. It's not.
I honestly think that tops mine, to be honest.
Honestly, yeah, that definitely tops mine. Like, but yeah, definitely like within that 48 hours, I'd also make sure to try and talk to like as many friends as I could because I know that it'd be like the last time, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, somewhere in between, I'm definitely like deleting a lot of shit, like a lot of fucking shit.
I don't want my legacy. Like, I would delete this for starters. I don't want this to be my legacy. God. I don't want this to be how I remember.
Hey, remember that guy Harrison on the Drunken podcast? Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but if I can go back to the original question and be real with you guys.
Be real.
So staying adjusted with knowing your lifespan is short, right? A lot of people, I guess, wouldn't necessarily know how to cope with that.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But I think that's because a lot of people take life itself pretty serious, which is understandable. I get it. But I guess I've come to terms with life isn't all that special. And I don't mean that to sound like edgy and like, fucking
I'm 14
shit.
and this is deep, yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Like literally life isn't special because there have been billions of lives before us. There's gonna be like billions after. And like at the end of at some point in time, the sun's gonna implode and everything that has ever existed will be gone. So
really,
and we'll be forgotten pretty much.
Yeah. So like just live while you're alive, have fun, don't hurt anybody, and you'll be good.
Yeah.
That's actually a really positive takeaway.
Yeah.
I was not expecting this drunken podcast to actually have a decent moral.
For fucking president 2020, who's with me?
I would destroy this country.
You would save this country.
You would penetrate it with your massive crip cock in a good way.
Exactly.
Jesus. Good Lord.
In a good way.
Moving swiftly along. Our next question comes to us from @SpicyTheRobot on Twitter. At first, she just said, "Let me on your podcast," but then she added a question mark at the end, so it became a question. What's the verdict on Spicy the Robot joining the drunk house?
I think she smells really bad.
Yeah, let me say something.
I don't know if my nose can cope with it, honestly.
You're honestly probably right. Yeah, no.
My biggest
no, it's a no from me.
Probably smells like a raccoon.
Yeah.
Wow,
we're being really mean to Spicy.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
I have to say on this because it's not my podcast, but if I may interject, don't do it mainly because don't do it because she has a bad habit of joining every fucking group chat, saying hi, and then not responding, and it pisses me off.
Okay. So her contribution to the podcast would be like, "Oh, hey everyone, welcome to Drunkcast. I'm here with Spicy. Hi." And then that's the last thing she says throughout the entire recording session.
It pisses me off
Incredible.
so fucking much.
That would be hilarious, which is why it will never happen. So, yeah, can we just get like a Simon Cowell gif of just him saying?
Yeah, just like a. It's a no.
It's a no from me.
Just a no from me.
So anyway, in answer to your question, Spicy the robot, probably.
We will consider it if we run out of ideas. I mean, this could only be like the pilot and just the pilot. There couldn't be like. There might not be other episodes after this.
It's entirely possible there will be no more
I only met fucking
Yeah.
Tatum and Harrius today. Like, legit, like, 30
Yeah,
minutes
exactly.
ago.
Yeah,
And now
we've
we're
met,
doing
and
this.
then now we're making a podcast.
So the
together,
chemistry
it's
between
like,
us is already fucking great. You can already tell.
It's incredible. You can
We
tell.
already have a
Exactly.
podcast. No one has a podcast in 2018, you know?
Yeah, no one has a podcast quicker than us. All right.
No.
Like,
Exactly.
We just got straight to business. You know,
yeah,
can't waste any time.
exactly.
Life is short.
Too short. Yeah.
Life is
Start
I
a
agree.
podcast.
That's why I respect it.
Start a podcast, kids. So we've run out of Twitter questions because I'm not a very popular YouTuber. Unfortunately.
All right, let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Okay.
Fire
All
away.
right. Assuming
Yeah.
there would be no consequences,
Okay.
right?
Right.
Who would you rather punch?
Ooh.
Keemstar,
Right.
Onision,
Uh-huh.
Nostalgia Critic,
Onision, final answer.
Angry Joe? Go.
Onision,
Onision.
final answer.
I'd probably
Okay.
say Onision. Onision has like the most punchable and easiest to punch face, I'd say.
The only problem is, even if we're assuming no consequences, he still has that huge vegan body of his. He might fight
This
back.
is my vegetarian body.
I think he's like a re or something. I don't know. Man needs to get a real.
I mean, I like Nostalgia Critic for the most part. I don't wait. What's been going on with him
Yeah.
recently? Because I've been out of the
Actually,
loop.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what's been going on with him either.
I know there's been something kind of general going on with Channel Awesome or something, but
Yeah, so basically, if I'm going to sum it up, everybody that pretty much worked with him came together and made a giant, like, PDF file of every complaint that they have ever had and has never been addressed by him. And
rip.
there's a lot.
Imagine being destroyed on the internet. Good lord.
Yeah,
That'd
so
be crushed.
it was nothing like
Wait,
like no
so
rage.
they ended up I'm guessing they ended up posting it, yeah.
Yeah, like nobody was like, nothing super bad. Like,
But a lot
diddling
of
kids.
very not bad things.
Yeah,
Yeah, kind of compiled
Yeah.
together all at once.
exactly.
That would do the trick, yeah. Oof.
Plus, I mean,
Lads, press F to pay respect.
yeah.
Let me just press the F
Press
key on my
F
keyboard
for
here.
Yeah, I'm
press
just
F
pressing, yep.
for
Cool.
Good man. How long have we been recording for, actually? Hang on, let me press F2. Hang on.
25
There we go.
minutes.
Okay, that's not too bad.
That wasn't bad.
Yeah.
That's actually alright. That's pretty good. That's a pretty
I
good
don't
length.
think it ends here though.
No? What's next?
Alright, so I'm gonna ask you guys the most serious question. You have to be really serious.
Alright.
Oh, that's bad.
How was your week and why was it so? Answer.
to be honest.
Oh, that reminded me that what I was going to tell you guys before we did the podcast.
Actually, before we get into it, Cripp, has anyone ever told you sound like Cartman himself?
And yeah, a few people have, yes.
Okay, just thought you
He
should know.
does.
Like a
I'm okay with it.
well-mannered gentleman.
A more gentlemanly Cartman, but a Cartman nonetheless.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Oh.
Anyway, sorry, do carry on. What were we saying?
No, okay, so over the last few days, I've discovered what hell actually is.
Okay,
Really?
what is it?
Ready?
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Hell is
Uh-huh.
having putrid liquid shits like diarrhea. Like
Oh,
you need
Oh.
to fucking shit. Right, you're peeing out your ass, right?
Yeah.
Like, and you need to go every 10 minutes, but not being able to physically get to a toilet. on your own.
Oh.
The funny thing is,
Yeah.
before we started recording, he started telling that story, and I said save it for the podcast. And I don't know if that was a good decision now, or if that was the worst decision that we've ever made on the podcast so far. But either way, it's juicy content, and fucking hell, that sounds really horrible.
we can put that as the title of the
Get fucking liquid shits with
It's so bad. Guys, I don't. It's hell. It was not fun.
I can imagine.
Yeah. Oh wait, that's.
So
No,
honestly, my week's been very interesting. This week actually, I've been very exhausted for the past week, like just really physically and like emotionally. I guess exhausted. I don't know, mentally. I don't know. It's just, I'm drunk right now. Okay, it's
fine. Keep doing it to keep going, bro.
So basically, I've just been sleeping a fuck ton ever since whenever I get home, usually from like whatever I'm doing, I'll just like pass out, sleep for a few hours, wake up at some point during the night, check my phone, and then pass back out, and then wake up the next morning. And like I've been doing that basically for like almost every day. I've just been so exhausted, and whenever I wake up, I'm still that exhausted, and I feel like sleeping even more, and it's like, wow.
Jesus.
Yeah. But other than that, my week's been pretty okay. I think I can say this week's been a good week, other than being exhausted a lot. So yeah.
What's it called when you're like not sleep deprived? The opposite. It's like sleep.
Insomniac.
What?
The opposite of sleep deprived. Hang on.
Yeah.
Opposite of insomnia. Narcolepsy.
Okay, yeah, I was never gonna guess that, but yeah.
Narcolepsy.
I've had that for like the past month or something. I've been getting way too much sleep. Like
I've been the opposite. I've been a huge insomniac. This week has actually been quite busy because a few days ago I went to the Globe Theatre with a few friends of mine to see this one Shakespeare play in London or whatever. And then the day after, I went out with a friend of mine, and then we came back and we literally edited a video for like 6 hours, which is the top 50 US presidents video I made recently. And then it was today, and then I got home and I got drunk, and then it was now. So it's actually been quite a week as far as like
I think
things.
I've drunk like a few other times this week actually, but I actually can't remember very much about this week other than being really exhausted.
I'm trying to put the pieces together myself. Like, I'm actually not really sure how I got to this moment in my life.
Tatum, I feel like almost every time I've ever talked to you, you've been drunk.
I don't actually drink that much. I mean...
can I press X to doubt on that?
Yeah, I was going to say, well, now that this podcast is a thing, that's got to change.
Well, I mean, it's kind of like... used to, right? Like, I drink
Let's see how quickly
often.
the hosts of When You Drink can get liver.
Yeah.
Oh, no. When you die. Christ.
When you XD on your girl.
When you drinky.
When you dab on the haters.
The last time I, majorly drank, I can't drink hard liquor anymore because I legit almost died.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, but it was kind of my fault. I drank, a full house cup. Not like a shot. You go into the fucking cupboard to grab a glass of water cup of straight whiskey.
Jesus. Okay, yeah, that would knock anyone down, to be fair.
And I don't think... You guys have to understand, I am less than 100 pounds.
No, that would
not. Yeah, I'm less than 100 pounds, too. I'm only, 90 pounds, I think, right now. And, usually my weight fluctuates, so...
And I fucking slammed it.
I'm about... Jesus. I'm about 145 pounds, and I can't handle much alcohol myself. So
I'm
really good when it comes to alcohol, to be honest. I'm probably the youngest one here, and I can hold
you seem to be handling life fairly well right now. Yeah.
Oh, I beg to differ, my friend. Dude, if you fucking
Australian. Your body's made for drinking.
Oh yeah, very true, very true. When you're born here, you get like this kind of Minecraft mod if you wish. So this IRL Minecraft mod where you can hold as much alcohol as you want. Which is
it's like a Deus Ex upgrade.
Yeah.
What if I'm sick tomorrow or like later tonight?
I'm gonna hate myself.
I'm gonna probably wake up tomorrow and first of all I'll be like, what happened? And then second of all I'll be like, oh, I feel like, oh no.
And then you'll just check your Twitter notifications and it'll be like, oh, I remember.
Oh, the podcast.
Oh yeah, Harry, by the way, for the past 30 minutes, the when you drink Twitter account has been liking every tweet I've ever posted.
That's what podcast Twitters are for.
Okay.
Let's be honest.
Alright, so I'm gonna steal a page out of the H3 podcast book because fuck them.
Okay.
You know what I mean? No,
Sure.
they're good.
Of
I
course.
enjoy them. But
Actually, just steal good ideas from other people.
So I'm gonna let's go down a list from like Tatum to myself, then to Cripp, or you don't even need to do me because I don't have any experiences with this. But any ghost stories or paranormal stories that you'd like to
Oh
share?
boy, that one.
Oh, I'll tell you what, I have got one for you. Sorry, Tatum, you go first.
Okay, mine's not really that exciting, but okay. So when I was younger, like I'd say probably about 12 to 13, I was obsessed. Like, let me just go ahead and go back. Like, since I was like a kid, I was always like really obsessed with like the paranormal and like, aliens and stuff like that. And I remember one night, me and my dad my dad was like driving. We were driving home from like on this like trip we were on or whatever, and like it was we were like in the middle of fucking nowhere, like it was fucking dead, like and I remember I was sitting in the front seat and there was this like huge like bright ass light that like basically I think it like, if I can remember correctly, it like flashed in front of our car or something, but like there was no one around and like no cars or like nothing like where it could come from. And then like later on I like was looking up like at the sky and I saw this like I'd say like kind of like an oval, but it was like weird, it was a weirdly shaped oval and it just went like across like the sky and then just disappeared. Like, and I remember I was like, Dad, I remember I kept trying to show my dad. I was like, Dad, did you see that or whatever? And he was like, there's nothing, there's nothing there. And like I remember for the next like few weeks I like tried to like explain to my parents like what I saw, and my parents didn't believe me because, I'm a kid. They're like, oh, kids in their imagination and shit. But it was like so weird. And I remember like I freaked out about it. And then I was like, yo, that's really cool, kind of, except I could have been abducted. And like, it was just kind of like one of those things I would have heard about on like one of those like paranormal not paranormal activity. What am I talking about? Like, stories that I'd see on like the History Channel about people like the UK or something seeing like aliens.
Okay.
And then
I'm fine. I think I inhaled the whiskey again. I breathed it in instead of drinking it.
That's the almost killed me.
Just have like oxygen tanks filled with whiskey.
Honestly, that's the dream. Sorry, carry
on. But yeah, and then also like after like a few weeks, there was this thing outside my house, and I remember it because this like it like showed up often, like ever so often. There was like this like white, like there were like these three like white circles, like they were like big too, like they were kind of noticeable but not really. They were like big, and whenever you walk outside, like you see them and they were like close to my house, but like they'd like appear ever so often and they'd like spin. And I know this like it sounds weird, but like I don't know, what that was. And the thing is too is my parents, I used to live at this like house, and I used to always tell my parents about it, and they they brought it up to me one day, and they were like, "Hey, Tatum, do you remember that one time when, like, you, when you were, like, a kid and you always used to talk about those, like, white lights in the sky?" And I was like, "Yeah," and they were like, you had such an active imagination," because my parents don't believe in, like, aliens, so, like, or anything, but, like, I do, so, it's kinda like one of those things. It's like, because I experienced stuff as a kid, and it's kinda like, it just seems like it seemed so unreal too, but, like, they'd, like, move around in circles and, like, then they'd, like, disappear and then they'd come back, like, later. I remember I'd, like, sit outside and, like, watch them move around, and, like, sometimes, whenever, like, my dad went out at night or, like, my mom and I was in the car, they'd, like, one of them would, like, follow the car and then it, like, disappear. And I remember one time my mom pointed it out. Like, I went to a party, okay? I went to this, like, little family gathering thing. And one of the lights, or no, two of the lights, like, followed the car, and a bunch of people were walking outside, like, family members, and they were talking about the lights, and they were like, "They're like some moving lights in the sky." And I remember I was like, "Oh, they're aliens. They, like, followed the car." And, like, people just, most of the adults just, like, laughed and thought it was funny because, but it was like, cause like, just, like, really weird. And I lived at that house for a few years, and, like, basically, whenever I remember the last night I was there, uh, like, I swear, like, the lights got bigger. It was really weird. And I remember when I left that house, I kinda just forgot about everything. But, like, when I moved into my new house, I saw the lights again, like, a few months after moving in here, and I, like, freaked out because I was like, "Those are the lights from the other house." Like, and then just after that one time of seeing them again, they just disappeared, and I haven't seen them since. But, like, it was so weird, and, I still remember it. Like, it's so, like, it's just, like, something that, like, really, because I don't remember a lot of stuff from my childhood and all that, because I have some memory issues too, so it's kinda hard. Um, but but that is, like, something, those 2 experiences are what point out most to me, like, what I can remember most about my childhood, and it's just, like, really weird, and I still can't get, like, the images out of my, like, head, because it's kinda like, wow, like, I remember seeing that, and uh, everyone thinking I was, like, just imagining things because I was a kid, but I still think what I saw was real, so, some sort of UFO or something. But, yeah, that's pretty much, my experience with that kind of stuff. But, yeah, Harry, so you can go ahead, or whoever was gonna go next.
To be honest, that is very.
Mm-hmm.
Top 7
I would believe
greatest
in
mysteries in
aliens and
recorded
stuff
history.
and ghosts, but I've never had an experience to, like, properly fixate my opinion on it. You know what I mean? So I've never had, like, a ghost story. But yeah, Harry, so you can go ahead and tell your spooky story.
Sure. Okay, so I was working on a thing, and then I heard a knock at the door, and then I went downstairs and opened the door, but there was nobody there. Woo!
Was that it?
Was that it?
Hype that up, Harris. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
I'm just disappointed.
Come on, Cripp, do it. This is now the
Imagine the
podcast.
podcast where it was just everybody going.
Imagine Tatum doing like this long actual like paranormal experience, and it's just me making ghost sound effects for like 10 minutes. Oh my god.
The ghost podcast.
The paranormal experiences cast. Nikachu, what's your ghost story then? If you're such a great storyteller.
Okay, well, so I was working on something, and then I heard a knock at the door.
Oh,
and I opened the door, and no one was there.
Oh my god, no way.
Yeah.
No.
I've never had like.
That sounds spooky, dude. I'll tell you what.
I've never had like a paranormal experience or anything like that, apart from like, what are they called, night terrors or sleep paralysis. Apart from that, they're pretty fucking scary.
Oh, that's the worst.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's pretty.
I remember there was this one time, and it was like my first time getting sleep paralysis. I had no fucking clue what it was, but I remember just like waking up, and like my head was kind of like tilted up, if that makes sense, and I couldn't move, and it was like probably fairly early. I'd say it was probably like 5 or 6 a.m. I just saw this fucking. It's probably what everyone sees when they have sleep paralysis, but like a dark shadow, and it was like slowly walking towards me, and then when it was like really close to me, like about to touch me or something like that, not like a pedophilic way. I'm terrible at telling stories. I'm sorry, but anyway, it was about to touch me.
No, it's fine.
I woke up and I was like, "What the fuck was that?" I was, it was yeah, pretty spooky. But that's about it for me. What about you, Cripp? Do you have any paranormal / alien style of stories?
Well, my nana, my grandma, on my Mexican side of the family, she lives in like on the south side, which is the more urban side of the neighborhood, if you will.
Yep.
And so whenever I'd stay the night there, I would sleep on an air mattress in the living room. And the way it was set up, there was like the living room and then the kitchen. And as soon as you went into the kitchen, immediately to the right, there was 2 doors. One led downstairs and another one to my grandma's room. Yeah, my grandma would always keep like thing of laundry next to the basement door. And whenever somebody would like open the door, whether it be from downstairs or upstairs, where my grandma's room was, the little like laundry bin would get pushed. And I remember being awake really late, and I saw the hamper move, and I waited for somebody to come out, and nobody came out. It just moved on its own, and that's all I have.
That
sounds
still pretty
spooky,
fucking
dude.
skits. How old were you when this happened?
I'll say.
I was like maybe 16.
16.
16. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'd say if I saw that, I'd probably fucking freak out. I'm the biggest like paranoid head you'll probably ever meet. So.
Yeah, it was like that. It was just subtle enough for you to be like, wait, what? And stay awake all night because you're just like, no, that's not right.
Yeah. Wait,
and sometimes that's the worst.
What is this that you linked to?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I just sent Nikachu my favorite ghost related thing.
Oh, you make me bad. He's so good. What happened to him? Is he still around making videos?
I have no idea. I'll send it to you guys.
Wait, what?
Wait, who?
Make me bad 35.
I've never heard of it.
Who is that?
He has golden YouTube videos. He kind of looks like a kind of hotter version of Mike Myers.
Okay.
Holy shit, you're right.
Yeah, you see? Dude, my like 14-year-old self or 13-year-old self when I'd watch him, whenever I'd watch his videos, would be like, yo, that's the guy who voiced Shrek.
A homosexual ghost. Oh my.
Oh my goodness. Jesus.
Anyone else have any other questions or anything?
Yes, and I think maybe this should be the last one on account of the fact that I think the upload time is going to get crazy if we don't
we're
stop
already 45 minutes, which is very fucking surprising. I'm surprised we got this far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah.
If anyone's made
question,
it this far into the podcast, type in
congratulations.
I fuck chickens. I like chickens. Say I
like
honestly,
chickens.
If you've made it this far, that's impressive. Well done.
Yeah, honestly.
I'm very proud.
Back on the when you drink Eve.
When you drink podcast.
We won't give you one, but you deserve one.
We won't give it to you, but you deserve it.
But you deserve it.
But speaking of, who should we ask to guest next?
Cripp, do you have any
that's
suggestions?
Suggestion wise? Yeah, let's see.
I was thinking Cole, but he's a
I was gonna say Cole. Cole's a good one. Cole's a good one. He's a perfect like unstable enough to make this like really interesting.
I think so.
Right, okay, cool.
I mean, I've heard good things about this this PewDiePie character.
Yeah,
He's kind of small, but
yeah, much traction.
many
on YouTube,
subscribers,
but
maybe this podcast could kind of help him. Yeah, we could give him a hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're always about helping each other, you know, helping around the
Yeah,
community.
it's all about community or something. I don't know.
Yeah, giving a hand out to the little guy.
Yeah, give a little, get a little, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's just a little. It's just a small YouTuber. You know, give him a chance.
I mean, he's all right, I guess.
Yeah.
He's still gonna find himself.
I mean, I miss 2015 PewDiePie, to be honest.
Fridays with PewDiePie, bring him back.
Yeah, can you bring back Fridays with PewDiePie?
Bring
I
back
miss
Stefano.
2009 PewDiePie when he made.
Can we bring back Stefano from Amnesia: A Dark Descent?
Oh my god.
Can we bring back the barrels, please?
Barrels.
Fucking hell.
I miss.
This is sad.
I miss when YouTubers made good content.
You know what I'm gonna love to see?
Yeah.
You know what I'm gonna love to see?
What would you love to see?
I'm gonna love to see how you guys are gonna end this shit. What's your sign off? Go.
I don't.
Yeah, you didn't even think about it.
Yeah.
Jesus, we haven't done
this is our sign off here.
Well, thank you all very much for watching.
Thank you,
I'm
Crip,
intoxicated.
for podcast
Thank you very much, Crip, for joining us today. He's not intoxicated, which is, you know, can't get the staff these days, can you? But that's okay. You know. But thank you all very much for watching, if you even made it this far. And let's be fair, most of you probably didn't. But that's okay, because we'll be right back here next. And yeah, make sure to subscribe.
Back here next month. Thank you all for joining. I'll see you all later.
Subscribe or don't, you know, follow your dreams.
Subscribe or don't. That's our sign off. Thank you all for
And then that's
watching.
it, that's the end.
My name's Jeff.